Hey y'all, it's Sylvia J. Thank you so much for clicking this video. As you can tell by the title, today I'll be talking about how I found out I had stage 1 lung cancer at 19. It's a lot of tea, but before we get into it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to be a part of my journey. And yeah, let's get into the video.
Commit murder. My girl, can't nothing hurt us now.
Okay, before I get into the video, there is a couple of things that I do want to address. First off, I'm currently 20, so I found out everything. Well, I found out my diagnosis when I was 19 last year, August of last year to be exact. So I say this to say, like, all this is still ongoing, so it is a couple of things that I might leave out just because this is an ongoing process, but you know, I'm still going to try and share as much information as I can, you know, because you know, this is my story. I want to bring awareness, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, where do I start? Work. This is one of my first ever jobs as a CNA. I worked there for about 7 months going on 8. Yeah, it was a rehab. I really liked it, you know, but I just knew I needed a change. I knew it was time for a change. If y'all see me tapping the screen, it's because the screen keeps dimming down. I don't know why, like it's about to turn off or something. I don't know. But if that's what I gotta keep doing to get this video out, then that's what I gotta keep doing. But back to the story. Yeah, so I knew it was time for a change because the nurses started to just get really just disrespectful with me. And you know, those are who I'm mainly working with, are the nurses and the patients. So it's like, it just made it really difficult, you know, to work in that environment. So I got up out of there. I went and I applied for another job at a hospital, and I got the job. Now this is the interesting part. Yeah, I got the job, and you know how when you get the job, you gotta, you know, go through, you know, the onboarding process, which is, you know, getting your well, I'm gonna speak for myself. Their onboarding process, they wanted me to go get a TB test, a drug test, a blood test, a regular physical, and I believe a COVID test. So it was probably some more tests that they had me do, but those are the ones that I remember. But yeah, so I went to go get all those tests done. I was cleared for everything but the TB, because you know, the TB, they give you the shot and you have to come back 36 hours after getting the shot. Yeah, it's 36 or 38, but I got the shot on a Wednesday, and because that's when I went for everything, to do everything. I went on Wednesday, and I was cleared for everything but the TB test. So I had to come back on Friday, because that was gonna make 38 hours on Friday. So came back on Friday. I already knew something was going on because it was still swelled up. This was the arm that I got shot in, and I got shot in. Oh my god. This is the hand that they shot the injection or fluid on. And I already knew something was going on because it was like swelled up. So, you know, they had the doctors look at it and they were like, yeah, it's definitely positive. So they weren't sure yet. So basically, let me try to get my information correct. Okay, so basically, when you get a positive TB test, you have to get an x-ray done. because I'm guessing that's a way that they can see how, like, if it's in your system or in your body. So yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to get an x-ray done. So I got the x-ray, and whew, the doctor came back. It was two doctors that came back to talk to me. One of them, she came back to give me the paper and basically told me that I was clear, that, you know, they didn't find anything related to TB. TB, if y'all don't know, is tuberculosis. Just had to get that out there, just in case y'all didn't know. But yeah, so she told me, like, you're cleared for it. We didn't find anything. And yeah, and then the next doctor came up to me and she's like, you know, we didn't find anything related to TB, but this is what we found. So right when she told me that, like, it must have been something in my spirit or something, because I felt it. Like, when she told me, like, right when she told me, she didn't even tell me anything yet, but right when she told me she found something, like, my whole, like, my spirit, like, I literally just jumped up. I'm like, and so she basically shows me a paper and she's like, look, we found this, like, it looks like a mass. It looks like a bubble, she said. She was like, it looks like a bubble. And I'm like, a bubble? She's like, yeah. And she's like, the paper, it didn't show anything. It just showed a barcode that, I don't know. She said, I basically have to use the barcode, or give the barcode to my primary doctor, and they would, I guess, be able to, I don't know what the barcode was for. I think it was a picture of the scan of my x-ray, but I don't know what they would have used it for. Okay, my bad. I had an international call. You know, I can't miss that. But yeah, back to the story. When she told me, you know, what they found, she told me, well, she didn't really tell me they found anything. She was just like, it looks like a mass, like a bubble in your right lung. And she was like, you know, but I don't really know too much. So she gave me the paper to take back to my primary doctor. She's like, go back to your primary doctor just to make sure that it's, you know, it's nothing serious. It might just be a bubble. She just kept calling it a bubble. So I'm like, okay. But I was freaking out the whole time, y'all. Like, I was bawling up in there. I'm gonna be honest, because it's just like, imagine going in for a regular test. I'm just going in for a test for a new job, and to find out that there's something in my lung. So yeah, like, that just didn't sit right with me. When I found out that Friday, it just didn't sit right with me. So my doctor's office was closed for the weekend, and I just couldn't wait till Monday. So I went to the urgent care at the hospital that my doctor's in, and you know, I basically told them, like, look, this is what they gave me, this is what they told me, what's going on? You know, like, is this something that I need to be scared? It's like, what is going on? I was really confused, but I knew that something wasn't right. Like, I just knew something wasn't right. Went to the urgent care, and I was there, y'all. I would not lie to y'all. I was there for 9 hours. I would not lie. I was there for 9 hours. They gave me the reclining chair. They gave me a blanket. I should have known. Well, I did know. I was like, yes, something's up. They literally put me in a whole reclining chair. Like, I knew something wasn't right. So they had the pulmonologist come talk to me. There were two women. They came and talked to me. And I'm gonna also try to add that clips, any type of clips I could try to add that you know, help y'all understand the story a little better. I'll definitely make sure to do that. But yeah, I had a clip of them where they were talking to me about how, you know, what's in my lung looks like a tumor at 19. A tumor. So I was shook. I was shook. Like I was shook. I didn't know what to ask. I didn't know. You know, they were asking me about my smoking history and you know, if any of my family members have ever had cancer or anything related to cancer. Y'all, it was crazy. I'm like while they were asking me these questions, I just totally zoned out. And all I could think about was all the symptoms that I was having prior to finding out, and how like everything just started to piece up. Like it was just so crazy. Like I just did not know how to feel. Like it just felt so surreal. Like I was really in a freaking recliner chair in a room with two pulmonologists, and they are telling me right now that I have a tumor that is blocking one of my largest airways in my right lung. So I don't even know. After a day of receiving all that information, they concluded that the tumor, the mass, because you remember it was being called a mass at first, a mass/bubble, but it went from it being a mass to now a tumor. Yeah. And so now the next steps were to find out if this tumor was malignant or benign. So yeah, somewhere in September, I had a bronchoscopy procedure done. Bronchoscopy, basically where they go in with the tube with the camera and and that tube can also take a sample of the tumor. So I got that done in December, and the results came back. And on August 18th, I found out that the tumor is it's cancer, and it's a slow-growing cancer, a neuroendocrine tumor, which is a slow-growing cancer. So yeah, that's how I found out. I think they called me like at 10:30 in the morning or something like that and told me. I also had a couple more tests done just to see how my breathing is doing, and you know, just how my lungs are working overall. So my right lung is only doing 20% of the work, and my left lung is doing most of the work, 80% of the work. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Well, I have something really like crazy to talk about, like something I experienced. But so after finding out that this tumor was cancerous, the next steps was surgery. So they tried to fit me in as soon as possible because, like I said earlier, the tumor is sitting where you know, it's sitting in a bad spot. It's sitting in one of the largest airways of my right lung. So yeah, they scheduled me a date for October 27th, I think. Yeah, October 27th. Went in, I went with my caseworker, went in, you know, dressed down, you know, did all the pre-op procedures and stuff. And they put the IV in my right arm. You know, I'm ready. You know, right now I'm just waiting to get rolled into the OR room. So it hits like 8:30 because, you know, surgeries are always in the morning. Well, I don't know, from what I know. Surgeries are always in the morning. So my surgery was set for 8:45, I think. So it was running around to like 8:30 now, and I was still in the pre-op room. So that's when they came. I started to think, I'm like, what's going on? But then that's when they came and told me that my surgery was canceled due to low humidity in the OR room. So yeah, my surgery was canceled. It's very frustrating, but I can understand. I'm having a very important surgery. Having low humidity, that can be a risk. So after that happened, I'm leaving to go home now because the surgery was canceled. A nurse stops me, and I remember that this was the same nurse that was in that pre-op room, and she's like, I thank God. This is as she's walking up to me, she's like, I thank God they canceled your surgery. Like, she seemed relieved, y'all. I said, she's like, you're having a really important surgery? I thank God. It was nothing but God. I'm like, what? Y'all, I've never seen this lady a day in my life except for that day. I don't know her. Like, what? All I knew was that she worked there and she was in the pre-op room. She's like, you're having a really important surgery. Don't get it done here. She's like, go somewhere else. She's like, go where they're trained. I was shook. I was lost for words. What do you say to that? I'm for real. Like, what do you say to that? Like, I literally had the IV in my body, like already. Like, I was seconds away from being rolled into the OR room. And you're just like, this is what you're telling me? Like, so I was shook, y'all. My whole body, like, I was just shook. So before I could even say anything, like, she just left. Like, she just rushed and left. Like, I didn't know what to ask, what to say. I just was shook. Never seen this lady, don't know this lady, nothing. Like, if anything, when I was in the pre-op room, because I remember her because she came to take my my blood pressure. She came to take my vitals. So when she came to take my vitals, she was really rude. Like, no good morning or anything. She just came up to me. She was like, arm. So if anything, who are you? Like, like, so that really shook me. And I had to tell my primary doctor this. I think they were trying to figure out, like, who the lady was. But I was like, I don't even know who the lady was. I didn't know her name. I didn't know nothing. All I knew that she was a sister. That was it. That's all I told them. Because that is all I knew. I think I probably knew her name at the time. But I didn't want to tell them all that. But I'm just kind of like, look. Because I had to give them a reason as to why I didn't want to reschedule the surgery through them. Because look at what somebody just told me. So it's like, she knows something. She knows something that I don't know. She seen something in there that I ain't seen. And I took that and I ran with it. I took that information and I ran. Because this person doesn't know me. Has never seen me. Why would you just randomly come up and tell me that? That didn't sit right with me, y'all. And I just didn't feel comfortable going through with the surgery through that hospital. So, she probably was just talking, but it just, my spirit, it just kept bothering me. I kept thinking about it. Like, I remember that whole, like, 2 weeks, I kept thinking about it. I couldn't. So I didn't go through it with that hospital. But now I'm at a new hospital with a new team, new doctors, of course. And I love my team. I have surgery coming up soon. So pray for me. Yeah, I don't know if I should tell y'all my date of surgery or not. Because I'm real big on, like, when you tell people things and, people can send energy your way. And I just hope that it's all positive energy. But, yeah, so I have a surgery date. It's coming up really soon. And I will also be taking y'all through that journey too, because this is my whole journey. I want to bring awareness to this cancer. This is they call this cancer the silent cancer because it's so freaking, like, you don't know, because you don't know. You literally will not know. Like, it's so anonymous. Like, not anonymous, that's such a random word to use, but it's so random. Like, you would just never think. You know what I mean? And the symptoms were very silent. I guess that's why they call it silent, because like the symptoms like were not noticeable. Like, you couldn't tell. Like, literally the only symptoms I had, y'all, was I was coughing up blood. I was coughing up blood like 2 months prior to finding out. And so I went to urgent care up the street right here, and he basically told me like, oh, it's just a popped blood vessel. I'm like, a popped blood vessel? But you know what? He wanted me to get an x-ray done. He wanted me to get an x-ray done. And I told him, I said, no, because I was like, that's way too much radiation, y'all. Because that was 2023. The year before that, 2022, is when I got my CNA license. And I remember I had to do like 2-3 x-rays just that year. And you know, they say you're only supposed to have like one x-ray every 2 years. So I was just like, it's too much radiation, I don't want to risk it, I'm sorry. So I didn't go through with that. But just imagine if I did go through with that x-ray, he would have found it. They would have found that tumor, and you know, I would have known. But you know, all God's timing is all by God's timing. Maybe you know, God just didn't want me to find out around that time. But it's just crazy to think that he told me to get that x-ray, then I was like, no, thank you. But you know, I found out either way. But yeah, I don't know why he said it was a blood vessel. I guess because that's just something that was common. But when I had told them like my symptoms, the symptoms that I was having, you know, prior to finding out, they're like, yeah, those were symptoms that you should have came into the hospital for. And so, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. And it has happened. Everything has happened. And I'm just asking God to take me through this journey. This has been a very stressful journey, I would be honest. Because even like around the same time I found out I had cancer, I got into 2 car accidents. Like I've just been going through a lot since finding out about this cancer. And you know, I just never thought that, you know, I would ever be like at 19. You're out of, like, no, like not like that, but I just never ever thought that I would ever have cancer. Like, out of all things, cancer. So yeah, that's life. But you know, I'm just a teenager, you know, going through life on her own, you know, no family, no nothing. But you know, I got God, and I believe in God heavily, and I believe that, you know, just the way I found out, it was just all fate. And I just will always love God, and I give God all the glory. I say God. I give God all the glory, because I wouldn't be here without him. I'm just really, if anything, I'm just really ready for this surgery, because my symptoms are worsening. Like, both sides of my chest are hurting. My tumor did grow a little bit. I'll also try to insert, you know, the before and the now picture. But yeah, this journey has been going on for what, 5 months now. So yeah, that's my story on how I found out I had stage 1 lung cancer at 19. I don't know why I'm laughing, y'all. I'm just keeping a positive spirit, because that's all you can do, is keep a positive spirit. So I'm just gonna continue to keep a positive spirit. And yeah, But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to be a part of my family, and to grow a family, and yeah, just to be a part of my journey as well.